The avian world, in its boundless creativity, has gifted us with creatures of extraordinary color, intellect, and charm. Parrots are some of the most beautiful and intelligent birds in the world, their vibrant plumage painting strokes of genius across the canvas of the wild, their capacity for mimicry and problem-solving a constant source of fascination and delight. We are, quite understandably, drawn to them, captivated by their personalities and the sheer spectacle of their existence. It is a natural human response to wish to bring such beauty closer, to share our lives with these feathered marvels. However, not all of them are suitable to be kept as pets, and indeed, for many, such a life would be a profound disservice to their very nature. The wildness that makes them so alluring is often inextricably linked to vast landscapes, complex social structures, and ecological niches that simply cannot be replicated within the confines of our homes, no matter how well-intentioned our efforts. To truly love these creatures is to understand their needs, to respect their untamed spirit, and to acknowledge the environments that have shaped them over millennia. In this video, we'll explore 7 stunning parrots and one equally magnificent, though different, avian marvel that you should admire from afar. We shall journey to their native lands, uncover the intricacies of their lives, and understand why their continued presence in the wild is paramount, not only for their survival, but for the health of the ecosystems they inhabit. It is a journey of appreciation, a call for understanding, and a celebration of wildness in its purest form. Behold the Hyacinth Macaw, a vision in deepest cobalt blue, accented by startling flashes of rich yellow around its intelligent eyes and at the base of its formidable black beak. This is the largest of all flying parrots, a true giant stretching nearly a meter from head to tail, a living jewel against the verdant backdrop of its South American home. It graces the savannas, the woodlands, and the palm groves of Brazil's Pantanal, eastern Bolivia, and northeastern Paraguay, its raucous calls echoing through the vast open spaces. Its life is intricately woven with the rhythms of these wetlands and grasslands, particularly its reliance on the hard nuts of specific palm trees, like the acuri and bocayuva, which its immensely powerful bill is perfectly designed to crack, a feat few other creatures can manage. To imagine such a magnificent creature confined is to misunderstand its very essence. Its sheer size demands space that few can provide, and its voice, evolved to carry across expansive territories, would be overwhelming in a domestic setting. The Hyacinth Macaw is also an intensely social bird, forming strong pair bonds and often congregating in small flocks. Depriving it of this complex interaction with its own kind can lead to profound distress. Furthermore, its specialized diet is challenging to replicate perfectly, and most crucially, this species is classified as vulnerable. Wild populations have suffered greatly from habitat loss and the relentless pressures of the illegal pet trade. To desire one as a pet is, inadvertently, to fuel the very threats that endanger its existence in the wild. From the ancient misty forests of New Zealand comes a parrot of unique character and appearance, the kakapo. Unlike any other parrot on Earth, it is entirely flightless, a creature of the forest floor, cloaked in a beautifully mottled moss green and yellow plumage that provides superb camouflage amongst the ferns and undergrowth. It is also nocturnal, emerging under the cloak of darkness to forage, its presence often revealed only by the distinct, resonant, booming calls made by males during their remarkable lek-mating displays, sounds that can travel for kilometers through the still night air. These are gentle giants, often described as having a sweet, curious nature, and they are renowned for their extraordinarily long lifespans, potentially reaching over 90 years. The kakapo's unsuitability as a pet stems primarily from its incredibly specialized dietary requirements and its precarious conservation status. It feeds almost exclusively on a narrow range of native New Zealand plants, fruits, seeds, tubers, and pollen, a diet that is simply impossible to replicate accurately and sustainably outside its natural habitat or highly controlled, dedicated conservation breeding centers. Every single kakapo alive today is precious, part of an intensive recovery program. Their breeding cycle itself is fascinatingly tied to the superfruiting events of specific trees like the rimu, which occur only every few years. Confining such a rare and ecologically unique bird would not only be detrimental to its health, but would also undermine the extraordinary efforts being made to save this remarkable species from extinction. Venturing into the tropical rainforests of New Guinea and Australia's Cape York Peninsula, we encounter the palm cockatoo, a truly imposing and dramatic bird. Clad in smoky grey to black plumage, it possesses a magnificent erectile crest of long, elegant feathers and most distinctively bare red cheek patches that can flush with varying intensity, betraying its emotional state, a blush of excitement or agitation. Its beak is one of the largest among parrots, a powerful tool capable of cracking the hardest nuts. But perhaps its most famous characteristic is its unique drumming behavior. These intelligent birds fashion or select sticks and drum them against hollow logs or branches, creating rhythmic sounds that serve in courtship displays and territorial declarations, a truly remarkable example of tool use in the avian world. The palm cockatoo's complex social life and specific habitat needs make it profoundly unsuited for captivity. While sometimes observed alone or in pairs, their interactions, particularly their drumming rituals, suggest a sophisticated system of communication and social bonding that we are only beginning to understand. They require vast territories within mature forests, needing large, old trees with suitable hollows for nesting, a resource that is becoming increasingly scarce due to deforestation. To remove a palm cockatoo from this rich tapestry of social connections, from its role as a rainforest drummer, and from the specific environmental cues that govern its life, would be to diminish it greatly. Its high intelligence also demands constant stimulation and enrichment that is exceptionally challenging to provide outside its natural complex environment. The story of the Spix's macaw is one of both profound loss and incredible hope, a poignant reminder of our impact on the natural world. This breathtakingly beautiful parrot, cloaked in varying shades of delicate blue from azure to indigo, once graced the unique Caatinga dry forests of northeastern Brazil, its life intimately tied to the carabera trees that grow along seasonal riverbeds. For years it was feared extinct in the wild, a victim of relentless habitat destruction, the clearing of its specialized woodland home for agriculture, and the cruel efficiency of the illegal pet trade, which prized its rarity and beauty. The last known wild individual vanished at the turn of this century, leaving only a small scattered population in captivity. Today, the Spix's macaw exists because of an extraordinary international collaborative breeding program, a dedicated effort by conservationists and institutions worldwide. Every single bird is meticulously managed, their genetics carefully considered, with the ultimate ambitious goal of reintroducing this cerulean jewel back into its ancestral lands. Consequently, keeping a Spix's macaw as a private pet is not only ethically unconscionable but also strictly illegal under international conventions like CITES, which lists it under Appendix 1, affording it the highest level of protection. Any private ownership would directly undermine decades of painstaking conservation work and threaten the fragile future of a species literally pulled back from the brink of oblivion. Its beauty must inspire conservation, not collection. Chapter 5. The Philippine Eagle, sovereign of the archipelago's skies. While our focus has been primarily on parrots, we now turn to another avian marvel from the archipelago of the Philippines, a creature of such grandeur and power that it commands the forest canopy. The Philippine eagle. This is one of the largest, rarest, and most powerful eagles on the planet, a truly breathtaking apex predator. Its appearance is striking, with a shaggy, lion-like crest of long brown and white feathers that it can raise and lower, piercing blue-grey eyes that scan the forest with incredible acuity, and an enormous arched blue-grey bill designed for tearing flesh. It is the national bird of the Philippines, a potent symbol of the nation's rich yet threatened biodiversity, reigning supreme in its tropical rainforest domain. The very nature of the Philippine eagle makes it entirely unsuitable for any environment other than its native wilderness or highly specialized conservation breeding facilities. These magnificent raptors require vast home ranges, sometimes spanning over 100 square kilometers, through which they soar in search of prey such as flying lemurs, monkeys, civets, and large snakes. They are fiercely territorial, typically solitary or forming lifelong monogamous pairs, that cooperatively hunt and raise their single chick over a 2-year period. Its sheer size, its formidable weaponry of beak and talons, and its inherent predatory instincts mean that a home environment would be not only inadequate, but also dangerous. Critically endangered due to deforestation and hunting. Every effort is focused on protecting its remaining habitat and captive breeding for future release. Chapter 6. The Lear's Macaw Indigo Guardian of the Bahian Cliffs. Resembling its larger cousin, the hyacinth, the Lear's Macaw, also known as the Indigo Macaw, is another spectacular deep blue parrot, though its plumage possesses a slightly more greenish indigo hue, and it sports distinctive pale yellow teardrop-shaped bare skin patches at the base of its lower mandible. For many decades, the wild whereabouts of this stunning bird remained a mystery to ornithologists, its existence known only from trade skins and vague accounts. It was finally rediscovered in 1978, clinging to existence in a remarkably restricted range within the rugged sandstone cliffs and canyons of Bahia, in northeastern Brazil, a landscape as dramatic as the bird itself. Its survival is inextricably linked to the licuri palm, the nuts of which form the vast majority of its diet. The Lear's Macaw is critically endangered, and its story is a stark illustration of the impact of habitat destruction and the illegal wildlife trade. The clearing of licuri palm groves for cattle ranching severely depleted its primary food source, while trapping for the pet market pushed its numbers perilously low. Intensive conservation efforts, including strict protection of its roosting and feeding sites, anti-poaching patrols, and community engagement programs, have brought about a fragile recovery. However, the population remains small and vulnerable. To consider keeping a Lear's Macaw as a pet would be to directly contribute to the pressures that almost drove it to extinction, undermining crucial conservation work aimed at ensuring these indigo guardians continue to grace the Bahian cliffs for generations to come. Chapter 7. The Great Green Macaw, a verdant titan of the treetops. Our final subject is the Great Green Macaw, also known as Buffon's macaw, a truly spectacular and imposing bird, one of the largest macaws in the Americas. Its plumage is predominantly a vibrant olive green, which can appear almost lime-colored in bright sunlight, with a striking scarlet forehead patch and beautiful blue accents on its lower back, rump, and the tips of its long tail feathers. Its immense size, powerful bill, and sonorous calls make it an unmistakable presence in the humid lowland rainforests it inhabits, from Honduras south through Central America to northwestern Ecuador. This magnificent bird has a particular fondness for and reliance upon the towering mountain almond tree, or Dipteryx panamensis, which provides both crucial food in the form of hard nuts and essential cavities for nesting. The Great Green Macaw should remain a denizen of the wild due to a combination of its unique ecological role, complex social needs, and specific habitat requirements. As a large frugivore, it plays a vital part in seed dispersal, contributing to the health and regeneration of the forests it calls home. These are highly social birds, typically seen in devoted pairs or small family groups, and they engage in intricate bonding behaviors. They require vast tracts of mature, undisturbed rainforest to find sufficient food and suitable nesting sites. Sadly, widespread deforestation for agriculture and logging, coupled with the persistent threat of the illegal pet trade, has led to a significant decline in their populations, making them endangered. The sheer space, specialized diet, and rich social interactions they need simply cannot be replicated in a captive home setting without causing immense stress and compromising their well-being. The 7 magnificent birds we have journeyed with today: the Hyacinth Macaw, the Kakapo, the Palm Cockatoo, the Spix's Macaw, the Lear's Macaw, the Great Green Macaw, and the mighty Philippine Eagle, are breathtaking testaments to the Earth's biodiversity. Their colors, their behaviors, their very existence enrich our world immeasurably. Yet, as we have seen, their splendor is intrinsically tied to the wild places that shape them, the intricate webs of life of which they are an integral part. To confine them is to diminish their spirit, to sever them from the essence of their being. These magnificent parrots and their equally impressive counterparts, like the Philippine eagle, are best left in their natural habitats, where they can thrive, where their calls can echo through ancient forests, and where their flight can trace patterns against a vast open sky. For us, the privilege lies not in ownership, but in stewardship. Remember, the best way to appreciate these birds is to support conservation efforts that protect their homes and their future, and to learn more about their lives in the wild, fostering a deeper connection through understanding rather than possession. Let our admiration fuel a desire to protect, not to acquire. Thank you for joining me, Suresh Babu G, on this exploration of some of the world's most remarkable avian treasures. May we always cherish the wild and work together to ensure that these stunning creatures continue to grace our planet for all time. The natural world is a precious gift, and its preservation is a responsibility we all share.